Before, new vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
When you have a conflict with your partner, don't get stuck on the surface level topic. Who said what? Who did what? Instead, think about what was getting tapped into for you under the surface. These can be traumas from your upbringing. It can be resentments from your relationship. It can be core needs. That information that's going on for you under the surface is what's most important to talk about. Leave a comment with your questions.
What's underneath? You hear people, you know how we make molehills into mountains? It's because whatever is underneath wants to come to the surface. Carl Jung said it. He says everything is in that shadow self, in that subconscious space. And he says what happens is it will cause conflict because it wants to come to the consciousness. It wants to come to the light of consciousness out of the darkness of subconscious. And it wants to reconcile itself through conflict. That is the purpose of conflict, for transmutation or reconciliation from darkness into light. That is the purpose of conflict. Conflict is not designed for you to catch a case. That's what skills are for. Relationship tools are for. Brothers out here hitting sisters in the face with bricks. Who raised you, man? Show me a picture of your father. 1-800-920-1580. The phone lines are lit right now. Let's get back to the phones. We got my brother Truemonger on the line. Truemonger, get in here. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Finish your thought, man. Wrap it up for us.
Oh, man, I'll say it like this. If I was ever with someone who would really try to go there and push it to the physical point, and not in a good way, I might be 1 foot out the door at that point anyway. Mm-hmm. Because if they're doing that, more than likely they'll dial 911 too. Mm. And that's something I can't tolerate, because we already know what's involved with that. That's already an adversary we deal with on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. If my partner is calling them, other than for an emergency, mm-hmm, I'm out. Mm. That tells me right there, you calling Zaddy because we can't resolve our own conflict in a decent manner.
Go ahead, True.
I'm out. Because they turn around and arrest me or whatever, like they won't come back for you and do the same thing. People get that false sense of protection from the police or whatever, like they won't do the same harm to you once I'm gone. Mm-hmm. So I said we all got to do better as far as conflict resolution. And if you can help it, let the hands and the violence be the last resort in any kind of relationship.
You should never raise your hand to a sister, and I come on, I'm not perfect. I'm flawed
Yeah.
too. You should never raise. This is the understanding that I have right now. A man that is my age with my experience, you should never raise your hand to a sister in disdain or disgust. Let me just say this. You should never do it out of frustration, out of anger, out of disappointment, whatever it may be. You should never raise your hand to a sister if you want to white supremacy, if you want to white men, if you cower to white men who tell you what to do and how to hop through hoops. You ain't got no business raising your hand at your woman. None.
There's only two reasons, in my opinion, or it's really tied into one. If they're threatening your life, they coming at you with a weapon or a gun or whatever, and you got to defend yourself. Hey, to me, gender's out the window when that kind of situation takes place.
That's heavy.
Gender's out the door. But outside of that, if you raising your hand first, or feel like the woman is beneath you and you gotta put your hands on them to prove a point, that's sucker mess to me.
Absolutely. Hey, brother, I appreciate the call. Thank you for bringing Dallas, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. The Voice of Reason is on fire tonight. I'm broadcasting live from Leimert Park, a.k.a. Africa Town. You already know what the call letters are. The best in the West, KBLA. You know what it is, 1580 a.m. We're on fire tonight. Let's get some callers in here. Let's go. Face Facts, Brooklyn, New York.
What's going on, Zo? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, man. What are your thoughts?
Well, the fact that I got to preface this is part of the problem, but it's also part of the solution. I am in no way defending what that man did to that woman, but we have to be honest and we have to tell the truth. We can't take what he did and drape it across all men, because the fact of him doing what he did is a gross exception. Most men are not out here doing this to women, even when women are the outward aggressors. There was obviously something wrong with him, but that the problem in itself lies in that women are so comfortable being the aggressors towards men that they don't even recognize when they're dealing with a man that's not wrapped too tight. Because someone in the right state of mind is not going to hit a woman over the head with a brick, or anyone for that matter.
Hey, I hear you, bruh. I hear you. But that's attempted murder. Did he go too far?
Absolutely.
Right?
I don't think anybody of sane mind, sound judgment would disagree.
Okay, then.
And I'm not saying that he didn't go too far.
So this is what I want you to do. I want you guys to stay on topic, because we're talking about conflict in relationship. Right? That situation with that man and the woman where he slaps her in the face with a brick, that's an extreme case of violence just out in the street randomly. But we're talking about conflict in relationships. And let's not act like men don't hurt women via domestic violence.
No, I'm not saying that they don't.
I just want
together.
Hold on. I just want to be clear so you understand where I'm going with the conversation, because the conversation is about, do you know how to regulate your emotions? Do you know how to create win-win situations in a conflictual situation in your intimate relationship? Do you know how to collaborate collectively? See, I'm talking about the tools that are necessary for any intimate relationship that will encounter conflict. This is not me creating a blanket license saying, oh, don't put that on all men. No, this is me saying, guess what? Violence in intimate relationships is ubiquitous. What does that mean, ubiquitous? It means with human beings, we see violence in children. We see violence, let me say it again, babies, toddlers. We see violence in adolescents. We see violence in young adults. We see violence in the elderly. Elderly be fighting each other. So violence and conflict is the issue. Now, it manifests itself a certain kind of way in intimate relationships. This show is a boot camp for learning how to de-escalate. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, rock with me then. Let's go.
Right. But with that said, right, who's the expectation on the expectation to de-escalate often resides with men.
So
and
let me stop you one more time, because I hear where you're going, and I've heard this before. You know where I heard this? And it's no disrespect to you, brother. I'm speaking to you like you my nephew. I'm sure I'm a few years older than you. I'm talking to you like you my nephew, dog, because I love you and I appreciate you. But what you're about to set up, do you know I had to clown my son when he was a kid? Because he was arguing with me saying, I wish I wasn't born first. I wish I wasn't the big brother. I said, ain't nothing you can do about it, sir. You the big brother. This is the responsibility of being the big brother. And guess what? I'm saying this is the responsibility of being a man, bro. The whole, man, that's what the brother told me the other day when we talked about this. The brother basically said, men are tired of taking the high ground. Well, what good are you then? Because men are supposed to be the ones that tackle the high ground. Men are supposed to be the trailblazers, bruh. When did we turn this soft to where we turn around and say, man, you know, enough's enough, because women be popping off and they disrespect. When did our skin get so thin? Talk to me, face facts.
Right, because believe it, and I'm rolling with you, because that's not where I was going to take it. Where I was going to take it is that men need to start recognizing the women who can't respect the fact that we are showing self-control and restraint, because there are a segment of women that abuse that. That's where I was going with my point. I'm with you as far as, you know, the accountability is on us. But what I'm saying is we have to be aware as men, especially going forward. We have to recognize the women that choose to abuse that and not respect it, because those are the ones that we need to avoid.
And guess
because
what?
We can't fix everybody.
Right. And guess what you just did? You just exposed the frailty of most men. No sexual discipline. How many men have hung around a toxic woman until they was able to score?
2 million account.
You feel what I'm saying? So you revealing that there is more work that is required of men.
Absolutely. I can admit that, but the problem is once we get there, because I don't know if you said it before, but I know other people have said it. You know, a lot of this stuff is bi-directional, so accountability needs to be on both sides.
Absolutely.
If men do take the initiative to be accountable, to do the work, what's waiting for those men on the other end? Because a lot of women do abuse the tools that are available to them within the society. So what I'm saying is the fact that, you know, more and more men are willing to do the work, especially with, I can speak for my generation. Like you said, I'm a little bit younger than you, and you're correct. And I see a change because, you know, 10 years ago, most men my age would have multiple children. Right. I know a lot of my friends don't have any, and I only have one. I could have easily replicated the same situation that I'm in now, and I actively chose not to do it. So there is a change being made. But what I'm noticing more and more is that for every man that's trying to make the change, there's at least 10, you know, toxic women that are abusing the systems that are available to them.
But see,
especially with those, I was going to say, like you were saying with the restraining orders, because I know the previous caller was talking about the restraining orders. There's a lot of women that make false claims and false restraining orders, and they'll kick men out of their homes, evict them, and then do the investigation afterwards.
But wait.
And even once they found out.
But walk with me on this, bruh. Men, in general, make excuses for, in general, some but not all, men in general make excuses for the type of women they lay down with. Yes or no?
The type of women that they lay down?
Absolutely.
Well,
At my age, I done heard many a men say, you know what? I was on the road. That was roadkill. I had to take it down. I'm not proud of what I did last night, but I had to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I'm gonna be honest, because my take on it is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they're making excuses for the women. They're not making excuses for the women. They're making excuses for themselves based on the type of women that they have access to.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it is. They can't. It's like if you don't eat, you starve. So a lot of men will. They want to justify the behavior of the women they have access to, because they cut those women off, then they won't have any access.
But do you hear what you're saying? You're describing thirst, desperation. Well, this is the best I can do, so I got to tolerate whatever come with it. You're describing desperation. And many brothers are like this because of the cookie. Can we be honest? Can we keep it real?
I'm an advocate for men not being like that, and I'm personally disgusted by that type of behavior. So I'll be the first. I'll tell you the truth. A lot of men do act that way. But again, I could do the finger pointing, and I could and say they do this and why they do it. But at this point in my life, I'm more about solutions. And you can't find a solution to a problem until you identify it.
No. The solution is within the problem. So the problem must be thoroughly dissected so that the solution, the seed of the solution, comes up out of it. Many people try to find the solution by walking away from the problem, because the problem causes consternation, perturbations, frustrations. So many people say, let me move away from the problem. No, you should lean into the problem, because in the leaning into the problem without judgment, the problem opens itself up and reveals the solution to it. You don't want to.
Oh no! Listen, I'm
waiting on you,
digging
bro.
with you. I was making. Listen, you dropping some knowledge. I'm making sure you finish first.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna throw it back to you. We ping pong right now.
Right. Listen.
Hey, face facts. Do me a solid. Stay with me. I gotta come forward. But when I come full circle, I'm going to be talking to my brother from Brooklyn. I love this young nephew. He on fire tonight, and so am I.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Dominique DePrima. We can all fall into the trap of mindlessly spending sometimes. I know I do it. But one tip for staying on track is when you have an impromptu purchase that comes up, try making a habit of taking a quick look at your bank account balance before you buy it. It's not just about seeing how much you have in your checking account. Just looking at your account might put the urge to make that impulse purchase into perspective and help you make better choices that'll benefit you for the long term. Whatever your financial goals, U.S. Bank Access Commitment Initiatives can help support you in reaching them. Access your financial goals at usbank.com/access. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Hi, I'm MC Light. You know me as the rapper. But guess what? I am the CEO of Sunny Girl Incorporated. We call it SGI. And SGI undoubtedly has a Cadillac, an Escalade to be exact. It's luxury at its finest. It's black, it's sleek, it's clean, and I can show up to any red carpet or any event and feel like I'm flossing. I love it. Cadillac.
Visit Cadillac.com for more.
Mom's early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
And when I left the oven on, we decided together that it was time to see a doctor and make a plan.
Early detection gave us more time to seek out information and support as a family.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
When you start having an argument with your partner, it's going to grow and get more intense, just like blowing air into this balloon until finally it explodes. Therefore, when you notice the conflict is starting to escalate, call flooded, and that gives you both time to go your separate ways, take a break and relax, and then when you're both calm, come back together and talk through what you both were feeling. I'm a psychologist. Follow for more.
That's heavy. It's heavy. Listen, you got to cultivate some things, man. And it's not easy to look at yourself and say, this is what I'm deficient of, and I need to add these things, right? We have a brother on the line, and I love the young brother. He's dropping some jewels, and I really appreciate his pushback. Face Facts from Brooklyn is in here cooking. Get back in here, man, and give me your final thought, my friend.
Yeah, my final thoughts on this whole thing is, yeah, there are a lot of men that unfortunately had to be raised by women. So a lot of us lack the skills that we need to deal with women, especially in intimate relationships, because a lot of our mothers purposely deprived us of those things because they wanted the control that they could never have with our fathers over us.
Whoa.
Because
Hold on. You said a lot of our mothers purposely did that? Or are they a work in progress dealing with their own mess that they don't fully understand?
I'm not going to say, that's why I didn't say all, that's why I said a lot.
Right. So we have to be careful of what we putting out there if we don't have no empirical data to back it up. It just becomes an empty talking point to say a lot of mothers purposely did that. I'm sure there are some, but if we don't really know, all we can go by is everybody is a work in progress. Your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, the lady who raised her, everybody broken. So this is why I'm saying sometimes, especially in today's culture, brother, like men got something for women today. Like we not having it. Like we really on them today in a way that I believe is counterproductive. We're going to say mamas, right? Oh yeah, mamas, intentionally, because they wanted to get back at our dad. That means your mama was toxic. That means your daddy was toxic. And that means you toxic too. Do you see how a toxic family produces a toxic relationship? Somebody meme it. Go ahead, brother. Finish your thought.
Yeah. So listen, I get what you're saying, right? But we got to be honest. Like I'm experimenting with that lean into the problem thing. It's at some point, it's almost as if, and this the way our culture is, we're afraid to hold women's feet to the fire for a lot of things that they do, and we want to pretend like I get it. There is such a thing as all people being works in progress, but then there's also people having malicious intent.
Sure.
Again,
but let me ask you. Let me ask
mm-hmm.
you. I want to know specifically, how do you hold a woman's foot to the fire of accountability? How do you do it?
Well, that's part of the complexity of the problem. Our society and our culture doesn't have an avenue to really do that. Other than me personally, how I've dealt with disrespect from those toxic women, I just removed myself.
That's
and
it.
what I've seen is, which is what me, and I'll be honest with you, I've had issues, in some of the relationships I've had, and I've never been the type to even, have it cross my mind where it was a good idea to hit a woman. Because I've learned through trial and error, a lot of times as a man, the worst thing you can do to a woman is just leave her alone and watch everything fall apart in your absence.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. But let me just say this. And man, you have made this show so fire, brother. I so appreciate you. But let me hit you with this. This is what the Bible say. If we give a damn about the Bible. Because a lot of people act like they give a damn about the Bible. But they could give 2 shakes of a fat rat's tail about the Bible. They use it conveniently. But I asked you, how should a man hold his woman accountable? And I'm going to hit you with this. Colossians 3:19. Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. Do you understand that? The Bible keeps it pretty simple. Love one another and be kind. Marriage was not necessarily meant to be difficult. It is the love we share for each other that makes the hard times easier to deal with, brother. But because many of us come out of situations that are not loving, we ain't got love to give. Love is a fantasy. It's not real. Do you understand what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, let me just say this, man. Call in anytime. You got a seat at the table, man. Brooklyn, New York. Stand up. Stand up, Brooklyn. We want more from New York. We appreciate the call. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. Call us. We got topics we want to talk to y'all. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Every defendant in former President Trump's Georgia case is pleading not guilty. The The final co-defendant in the election interference case waived their right to an in-person arraignment today. Trump and 18 others are accused of trying to overturn the state's 2020 election results. California healthcare workers rallied on Labor Day to call on one of the state's major medical companies, Kaiser, to provide better wages and staffing levels. Organizers said it was ready to kick off the biggest healthcare workers strike in U.S. history. Black Congressman Barbara Lee joined the protesters in Oakland, California. Students entering college this year are struggling with basic math, and colleges are mostly blaming COVID disruptions. Temple University's math chair says it's not just that they're unprepared, they're almost damaged. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys to speak with a real expert attorney for a free consultation.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, non-profit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA, and congratulations to the Dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Prothos-Stith. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California and around the country to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. As part of JP Morgan Chase commitment, they are taking action to help improve financial wealth and access to banking in the Black community, helping more people open low-cost checking and savings accounts, hosting community seminars with supporting Black-led institutions by building awareness about financial investments, hiring community managers, and opening community center branches like Crenshaw, Inglewood, and downtown LA. Visit today, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Get the tools to help reach your financial goals. Visit today, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars, working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage, career-track jobs. The Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing around anti-discrimination, learn about union apprenticeship programs, or sign on to a trade registry, please visit www.lablackworkerscenter.org. That's lablackworkerscenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, this is Zoe Williams, the voice of reason from KBLA Talk 1580. Listen, if you're in the market for the best prices and the fastest delivery for custom-made roller shade, LA Custom Blinds is the place to be. Schedule a free estimate and they will come to your house, measure your windows, and bring a variety of fabrics to choose from. And then come back and install it all for free. The best part is that their factory is located right here in downtown Los Angeles, so they make the shades really fast. All you got to do is go to lacustomblinds.com and schedule your free in-home estimate right now. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Now wait a minute.
So rough and so tough in a lot of these relationships we find ourselves in. Listen, you want to add some tools to your relationship? Then learn how to create healthy boundaries. The role of boundaries and respect. Establishing and respecting boundaries is crucial in conflict management. Each partner should feel safe expressing their thoughts and emotions without fear of crossing personal boundaries. Respecting each other's boundaries fosters a sense of autonomy. In other words, I get to be myself. I get to be my true self while I'm with my true love. If I can't be my true self when I'm with my true love, then that means that that's not my true love, or I'm not being true to me. And if you can't be true to you, who did you magnetize to you? So you have to be very mindful of that. You want to create healthy boundaries? You can't create healthy boundaries from an unhealed heart. You got to heal that heart. So that boundary is now a soundry. It is sound. It's not born out of fear, out of pain, out of loss, out of anxiety. Do you understand what I'm saying? The importance of forgiveness and healing. A lot of people think forgiveness is saying, I'm good, I'm over it. We cool, we all right. Nah, forgiveness is really releasing your significant other from any retribution. Now, you are doing that, but it ain't really for your partner, it's for you. You're releasing them from retribution so that your spirit, your heart, your mind, your emotions are clean, are clear. But many of us have been raised in a tit for tat, I'm going to get mine's back kind of culture, kind of society. So it bothers us. It gnaws at us because we let them off the hook. And that's why typically for many people, forgiveness is conditional, right? Forgiveness is really about you. Conflict management involves the ability to forgive and heal, letting go of the past or past hurts and resentments, which lead to resistance, allows couples to move forward and rebuild in trust. Cultivating forgiveness and practicing empathy can create a space for healing and growth within the relationship. I think it's important that we start to practice a lot of this stuff. As I was talking to the young brother, Face Facts from Brooklyn, New York, Krishnamurti said it great. He said it the best, in my opinion. He says, the problem is the important thing. Listen, the problem is the important thing and not the answer. Listen, I need y'all to hear this now. I don't know who I'm ministering to. The problem is the important thing. The problem is the important thing and not the answer. If we look for the answer, we will find it. But the problem will persist. For the answer is irrelevant to the problem. Our search is for an escape from the problem, and the solution is a superficial remedy, so there is no understanding of the... Listen now, listen, let's run away from it. Let's go do something. Let's get our mind off of it. Let's get distracted by we want an answer. Sometimes the answer is escapism for a lot of people, right? That's what he's saying. But if you normalize problems in your relationship, conflict in your relationship, you normalize it, and then you go out and get the tools to deal with what's going to happen, the relationship has a better chance of surviving. Let me hit you in the head with that again. The problem is the important thing and not the answer. If we look for an answer, we will find it, but the problem will persist. He's basically saying your answer to the problem is merely an escape from the problem, which gives the problem life. For the answer is irrelevant to the problem. Our search is for an escape from the problem, and the solution is a superficial remedy. Oh, I'm going to date somebody else because it didn't work out. I'm going to find somebody else. I'm going to tap in with somebody else because I think it might work better. Listen, the problem persists. Your answer to it is man, I don't know if y'all listening. Who's here? Who's here? I see y'all in here, but I need to speak to y'all tonight. Oh, Lord, this is fire. Let's get these callers in here. We got so many. I want to talk to them all. Latoya from Cleveland has been on the longest, then Heru, then Judy from Covina. So, Latoya, you got to turn down your whole living room. Your living room is too loud.
I sure do.
Okay,
Your living room is too loud.
Okay, listen, Latoya, I'm going to come back to you. Make sure you got your volume right when I come back. Heru Ali from Battle Creek, Michigan. Get in here.
Peace to the family nations, honor Zoes, Andy, the staff, everybody, honor to the guy, Tavis Smiley. I completely agree that trust is fear-based, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly fear-based. Well, in this sick society that we live in,
here we go. This is what I've been waiting on. Here we go.
It is a necessity, and I'll give you an example. In order for me to go to combat medic nurse school, that or high-ranking generals and all that stuff, they had to vet me, my background, from a child on up, to see what patterns of behaviors in the past. There's an algorithm that would suggest whether they can be trusted or not, whether we're going to take a chance to trust them or not, with this knowledge that's going to give them access to all these sensitive areas. And also with that, having to sign a 40-year non-disclosure agreement to sensitive and classified areas. That's just that's the nature of the beast. This incident with the brick in the face is absolutely apropos to couple relationships, and I'll tell you why. I've been watching several videos that content creators have been put out. Folks have done their sleuths, They found videos of past behaviors that's been posted on social medias to include the incident of that night. It wasn't a brother that did it to her. It was a European. And what happened was, according to the videos that they say in eyewitnesses' accounts, they said she slapped the white man and basically turned around, twerked in front of him like, nah, nana, boo-boo, what you gonna do? And this is coming from a sister who's a Somali refugee, PhD student, who has done GoFundMes in the past, 3 years ago, all of that stuff. Her past behavior can predict future possibilities. So what she didn't do in either of those incidents was she didn't call the police. Immediately she went on social media. She didn't take a picture of the vehicle. She didn't do a police report in neither one of those incidents. What I always say, don't expect me to protect you if I can't check you even from yourself. I understand every male is not like me. Every male is not like me. I'm from your generation. We were taught certain respects, even though when we were out of control, you were out of control as a kid, but we still say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. There were limits to our disobedience. Yes, there was limits to our disobedience.
I'm listening, brother. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Listen. One of the videos that I saw, she was claiming her lesbian status, and it's good, it's whatever, but she was saying that women are the protectors of society, not men. Men are not innately wired, basically, I'm paraphrasing, to protect women and children in society. Well, wait a minute. In this feminist society, y'all want equal rights. Y'all got to take equal less.
But wait. Hold on. Because now we putting it all.
Talk to me, brother.
We got the whole kitchen sink in here now. I'm going to ask one question. Listening to all the sleuthing you've been doing, I'm going to ask one question.
Yes, sir.
Now, brother, any of her behavior, did it warrant getting slapped in the face with a brick? I'm just asking.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
and
that's
why
all I
can
got.
Tell you that is absolutely not. The last time I got my nose broke 4 years ago, I was at a retirement party. There's about 100 of our people out there, youngsters, way younger than us. A fight breaks out between a young male and a small female. I'm looking at the whole crowd. I'm like, y'all just gonna let him beat her? Are y'all serious? Y'all just pulling out your phones?
That's what happened with the girl with the brick. They all watched.
Well, yes. Well, here's the thing. That's why I say I don't condone it, and I have put myself in danger, not knowing either one of the parties. I bust through the crowd to get to her, snatched her out of harm's way. Somebody grabbed me from the back, and I got busted in my nose, and my nose broke.
Now,
Shots are fired.
Wait, let me ask you this, Heru. If you were on the scene with the girl who got slapped with the brick, we gonna handle
respectfully, I couldn't listen.
With everything you know about her and the YouTube, would we have handled our business
without even knowing her? Without even knowing her, there's absolutely no effing way I could have did it. And guess what? Afterwards, even finding out all the sleuthing that I did, maybe I would have had regrets, but it's absolutely no way I could have let that go on.
Nah, we would have handled ours. We from that generation. Right.
You got... I'm
all right. All right, listen, Heru, right. I appreciate you, man. Battle Creek, Michigan is in the building because of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR is on complete fire. When we come back, we're going to talk to Judy from Covina and LaToya from Cleveland. Now, LaToya from Cleveland, please make sure that your volume is together. All right? All right.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look. And unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So, let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California, once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at a gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event. Or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Awards, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition, and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, Andy, let me tell you something. I'm not afraid to say it. We got the hottest show. Hey, we got the hottest show in the nation. Nobody is doing it like this. We gonna hit you with the music. We gonna hit you with the insight. Come on. Hey, let that sit on your spirit right there. Come on. You can't fight when you got this playing. Come on. That Jamaica funk. Come on. The Voice of Reason is on fire. Join the party. And the party is a discussion. All right, let's get these callers on. I'm having a great time, man. I'm just happy to be back. I've been off for too long. I'm turned up right now. Let's get it. Judy from Covina. Come on, East Side, talk to us.
Well, hello. I am so enjoying this show.
Thank you.
You are giving so much wisdom. I am so happy to hear your wisdom, and then the dialogue with the callers, the young men that have called in, and it's just been wonderful. I'm enjoying it so much. I just wanted to let you know, keep doing it. I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm just enjoying hearing this dialogue. It's fabulous. You're doing a great job. Keep doing it.
Thank you, Judy. I appreciate you for calling in. You got a seat at the table anytime you want one. Let's get Callie Soul from Denver, Colorado.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Slapping me all upside the head tonight with a wet fish.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Let's talk about it.
Oh, no. It's all good. I think that we have so much pain in our community that we really have to want the healing for ourselves. Last week, my partner, my love, he had to check me, and he did it so eloquently that I had no other choice than to have several seats. It was disarming the way he checked me, and I was grateful for it. I couldn't even finish my point, and it was a very valid point, but I just really had to sit back and process what he was telling me about myself. But I am very serious about my generational assignment. The women in my family have not been able to have long-term loving relationships. And I'm like, I'm good on that. I want a long-term loving relationship. I'm serious about my generational assignment. So if I have to humble myself at times, that's just what I got to do. And I think all of us have to learn how to do that.
We love you, man. We appreciate you for calling in, Callie Soul. Ain't none but love. And tell your man. I said, what's happening, partner? We appreciate you, Callie. Yeah. Hey, LaToya from Cleveland, it's your time to shine. We all over the country now. Now get in here and talk to me.
Hello.
Hell is low, but how you doing? Talk to me.
How you doing, Zoe?
Hey, Zoe, what's happening?
What's happening, good brother?
Chilling.
All right, you guys got to make this quick because...
Yeah, I actually just wanted to make a quick... I just wanted to add a little something to the conversation about the topic about, de-escalating conflict, because me and my husband, we've been together since we were 19 and he was 21. So we dealt with a lot of that. And one thing I know about myself is I'm a passive-aggressive. I have that type of personality style, so I will sit back for years and let things slide. And then one day, I'll be like, you know what? It ain't sliding no more.
Right.
But that's one thing I know about myself that I wanted to work on. And that was my quick observation about myself. I thought this topic was more of a introspective topic than a topic to relate to what your mate is doing.
It's all good, sister. We appreciate your insight. Don't you know every time you call in, you bring the whole city of Cleveland. You bring. We believe. We appreciate you. Thank you.
By way of Detroit, might I add, by way of Detroit.
None but love. We appreciate you. Thank you for calling. Listen, up next, Jill Monroe. You already know what's about to go down. RSVP with Jill Monroe. Thank you guys for tapping in. I'll see y'all tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Every defendant in former President Trump's Georgia case is pleading not guilty. The final co-defendant in the election interference case waived their right to an in-person arraignment today.